What is this hairstyle you currently have called?
They call wigs or Congos, whatever you prefer.
What do you prefer?
Congos, you know, long ass dreads, you know.
Is there a meaning behind your hair?
Not really. Shit, I just had it for a long time and didn't want to cut it.
Anyone inspire this?
Shit, myself. No, I was going through some shit at a point in time, and I was on the verge of cutting my hair, and I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just try something different. And shit, I locked it up like this, you know.
Were you part of a trend when you started this at?
Yeah, once I started doing it, I started seeing that shit everywhere. I ain't saying I'm the first to do it, but man, I influenced a lot of people to do this shit.
People think you look better with this hairstyle than without?
Yeah, well, you know, I get a lot of compliments, you know, on my hair like this.
And when you said you've seen others with this after you do it, is there evidence of this, or is this more of an assumption?
It's an assumption, you know. I can't prove that, you know, I beat somebody to this hairstyle, but like I said, it's like GTA, you know, you get a car, you don't see that car until you start, well, once you get that car, you start seeing that car everywhere. It's like that, shit. I got this style, and then next thing you know, it's this person, that person, he got it, she got it, shit, we got it, you know.
Now, for time reference, it's May 2021, but how long have you been growing what we see on camera today? What's the amount of time? Rough estimate.
Shit, I say it's going on 2 years. It'll be 2 years, first week in June, like this. Now, the total length I have my hair has been 13, going on 14 years.
And are you keeping it at a certain length or just letting it grow at this
Man, I'm gonna let it get as long as it can. My shit touch the floor, I might cut it then.
And any reasoning behind that?
No, I just like the length. Shit. My hair ain't never been this long. Been trying to grow my shit this long for years.
And this is your original hair growth?
Yeah.
No extensions?
Yeah, that's all mine. No weave, no none of that shit.
What is your opinion? What is your opinion on that?
As far as what people putting extensions and shit in their hair?
Yeah.
If you ain't no female, don't do it. Unless the only way I say I'd be with it is if it's your hair. You know, if it's your real, like if you had locks at a point in time and you cut them off and then you want to grow your hair back out and put them back in, then that's cool. But I ain't putting nobody else hair in my hair. That's it, and this ain't that.
Have you ever done that before in the past?
No.
I meant, you know, growing your hair at one point, cutting it off, but then putting it back in at another given point in time?
No. This hair, I ain't had no haircut in like 15 years. Down there 16 years.
Now, do you do anything special or take anything special for this hair growth?
I just put, you know, the right oils in there. You know, shit like peppermint oil, jojoba oil, shit like that.
Certain brand of this, or is this all natural?
As long as it's natural, you know, organic.
And is this your first time or first attempt with this particular hairstyle? Or had you tried it before and never gone through with it?
This the first time I did it, I said, yeah, I'm fucking with it. I just kept it in there. I did have a few people at the time like, what the fuck, why you do your hair like that? What's wrong with you? When you gonna cut this shit off? Not everybody. Your hair nice. It's long, it's healthy. And yeah, I know. And it's nappy by choice.
What does your significant other think of this hairstyle?
She like it. It took her a minute to like it. Cause she used to, you know, how my dreads used to be, you know, skinny. I done had hundreds of skinny locks and shit. And I got tired of that shit. They started breaking off and getting thin, and it was time for a change. I was finna get a fade. Next thing you know, I ended up with the Congos.
Also, with this current hairstyle, what do your parents think?
My mom, she done asked me 100 times, when you gonna cut this hair? When you when you cutting this hair? That ain't how I raised you. Your hair ain't supposed to be that nappy. But I just kept it, you know. It's growing on her. She like it, you know.
What about your opinion from management or your inner circle? What do they think about your current hairstyle?
It's my image, you know. A lot of people got locks, but a lot of people don't look like me, and they locks don't look like mine. So, you know, if I cut my hair, you know, they might think I done changed or some shit, you know.
And what about fans?
Fans, they love it. You know, I got people, sometimes, you know, I gotta be cautious, you know, we going through this pandemic or whatever, you know, everybody we wanting to touch it and shit like that, you know. Sometimes, you know, we can't be doing all that. So
Now, you personally, are there ever days you get tired of this hairstyle yourself?
hell yeah. It's like sometimes I'll be trying to get comfortable in the bed and it'll be all the way down my back or some shit. I try to lift my head and it's stuck, or, you know, I'll be eating, or, you know, it'll be in the way. Sometimes I ain't got no hair tie. I'm trying to do different shit and it be in the way. And I like, man, fuck, cut this shit off. Never do it though. I never cut it off.
Is it heavy?
When it's wet, it's heavy as fuck. Yeah.
Does it itch?
Yeah, sometimes. My hair had to be like real dry, shit, and I had to just detox it, wash it real good.
And how often do you wash it?
I say like every 2 to 3 weeks. I don't wash it as much as I used to.
Why not?
I just don't, you know. It ain't my hair. I ain't no dirty ass person, and my hair ain't real filthy. So, you know.
Now, when it comes to maintenance, you do everything yourself? Do you
Yeah,
use a barber ever? Do you use a hairstylist ever?
I don't use no hairstylist. I just get up and go. You know, when my shit get rough, I go get a liner, you know, a little taper. Should I be decent?
And do you use a specific barber?
Yeah. I go to the same person I've been going to for years.
Care to share who?
Yeah, it's my cousin, you know, Styles the barber, you know. He got it right now in the town, so.
And what town you referencing here?
Springfield, up in Springfield, Illinois, you know.
Cousin on your mother's side or father's side?
Yeah, my mom's side, yeah.
And how long have you been going to him for? Rough estimate.
I say like 3 years now. You know, he only been cutting, yeah, about 3-4 years. He only been cutting about that long, so.
Ever took him on the road?
Shit, he done went on the road and I done came to him. He done moved down here for a moment, you know, for a little bit, and I wasn't going to nobody else but him. So, look, man, I'm finna come to Atlanta. I gotta do this, that, and the third. I'm coming straight to you. Come down here, you get me glizzy, you get me right together.
Now, I know you mentioned some things that may have bothered you in regards to this hairstyle throughout this conversation. I was going to ask if you had a pet peeve when it comes to this hairstyle. And you did mention several things throughout, so I don't know if one of those answers fits this question here.
No, my pet peeve is shit like lint getting stuck in your hair and shit like that.
How do you deal with that when that happens?
You gotta detox it. You could use a brush it out and shit like that, but you gotta have shit like silk pillow, satin and shit like that, you know, so it won't. Cause after so long, that build up, it get worse and worse, and your hair just start looking crazy.
What's something you've done to your hair you'll never do again?
Shit, I don't know. For a while, I was against dyeing it. I dyed it before. Like, I dyed my ends and shit. And at that time, like, after a while, it got real dry. And that's what started them breaking it, thinning out and, breaking at the end or whatever. So I was against that for a while, but now it's like, should I do it again? I died, but.
Even though you saw what happened the previous time.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. It's just sometimes it just look good,
And what color did you have before?
I had like a blondish brown type color.
Was there any meaning behind that?
I just was doing some shit, trying something different.
When it came to the color that you used, could it have been the brand you used that caused this? Could it, if you used a different brand or different ingredients from another brand, maybe things could have been different?
Yeah, it could have been a brand. It could even been a person who was doing it. She probably didn't know what she was doing. I don't know, but the results, the beginning results, I was fucking with it. But after a while, I started seeing how dry it really was. I wasn't feeling that shit.
All right. I asked you a lot of questions in regards to your hair today. Is there anything I didn't ask that people may want to know about this hairstyle that you want to share today?
No, not really. I mean, the questions you asked me is pretty much what people ask me, besides what I didn't like. I mean, besides my pet peeve or whatever. But yeah, I get people all the time asking, you ever think about cutting it, or you should sell your hair? They saying all type of shit, man.
Has that ever been a thought?
When I was gonna cut it, yeah, but I was gonna tax for it because my shit is actually longer than this. It's just this specific hairstyle, it make it look smaller before it look longer, if that makes sense. And my hair already like spongy, so once you pull it out and stretch it out, they'll see why I be charging so much. But right now it's off limits. Not for sale.
Have you ever had a job while you've had this hairstyle?
Yeah, man, I had a traveling construction job. I was a laborer and shit like that. And it used to bother me. It used to be in my way. I used to have 2, 3 hair ties or a hair cap, just to keep it out the way.
Was this hairstyle ever an issue for you trying to get a job, or after you had already gotten a job?
Not this particular style, but when I first started my locks, back when I was younger or whatever, I had somebody, I was trying to get a job, and they just was like, yeah, we'll give you the job if you're willing to cut your hair. I'm like, well, I ain't cutting my hair, so that job out the window, As much as I wanted to work, shit, it was over after that question,
You stuck with the hair?
Hell yeah. 14 years later,
Looking back, did you make the right or wrong decision there?
Yeah, when it come to, shit like that, you shouldn't have to cut your hair or change your physical appearance to be able to do a job, I had jobs you had to be presentable. You got to come through, suit it up, and, as long as you keep yourself together, it shouldn't even matter,
Care to share what job this was?
1 second. That was Jimmy John's. It was like a little a restaurant,
In Springfield?
Mm-hmm.